Hey everyone, welcome back to Geeky Greenhouse. Today I'm going to be talking all about the cast iron plant. So this plant here is Aspidistra elatior, and it's more commonly known as the cast iron plant. Now this plant got its name because it really is tough as nails, and it can withstand a pretty significant amount of neglect. Now I can really appreciate this plant because of how unfussy it is and how incredibly easy it is to care for. So if you have some houseplants that are giving you a lot of problems, it's nice to be able to look over at your cast iron plants and they're doing just fine. Now these plants are native to Japan and Taiwan, where they grow as understory plants, so they make a really good option for lower light spots in your house. They were very popular during the Victorian era, so they were kind of a staple houseplant in many parlors. You may have seen one in your grandmother's house or your great-grandmother's house because they were often passed down from generation to generation because they live for so long and they're also just so easy to care for. And funny enough, these plants are also known as the bar room plant because they used to be kept in really dimly lit bars, and rumor has it that the bartenders would actually water them with the leftover beer glasses that people didn't finish. So that's a pretty good indication of how tolerant they are of very poor conditions. It's also worth noting that people in zones 7 through 11 sometimes incorporate these outside in their landscaping. We here in Zone 6 cannot do that, and I'm really jealous and I wish we could. So let's talk about the lighting needs for this plant. These plants are very tolerant of low light. In front of a north-facing window is completely fine, or an east-facing window is fine as well. They are very slow growing, so you can always bring it outside in the summer months if you want to expedite its growth and give it a little bit more light. Because it is so slow growing, you probably won't notice it changing too much. Now, one useful tip is to actually clean off the leaves every couple of weeks because they tend to get very dusty, and that will help with photosynthesis. As far as watering goes for this plant, definitely let the top half at minimum dry out between waterings, and when you do water it, make sure you're watering it completely and entirely soaking the root system. It's also important that you have drainage holes, and I would try to use filtered water if you can, because these plants are definitely a little bit sensitive to fluoride and chlorine and mineral buildup that can be in your water. When it comes to the soil requirements for the cast iron plant, they're very unfussy. Just a good, well-draining, rich soil mix is all you need. You can do 70% potting mix with like 30% perlite, or just a good potting mix with something added for drainage. And you can also add some worm castings that will keep this plant very happy. So they're very unfussy, and you don't need to overthink the soil mixture too much. As far as temperature goes, try to keep your cast iron plant in at least 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and for the humidity levels, it's really not worth worrying about too much. There are other plants that require much higher humidity, and these plants will do just fine with lower humidity. If you want to propagate your cast iron plant, the best way to do that is through division. So from the mother plant, you'll just gently separate the root system and make sure that your new division has at least 2 leaves on it. And it is important to keep in mind that it's very slow growing, so after you have your propagation, it's not going to change much in a short period of time. As far as pests and problems for this plant, they are relatively pest and problem free. Spider mites might take a liking to them, so if you're cleaning the leaves regularly, that will help. And of course, always make sure the soil's drying out enough so you don't have any issues with fungus gnats. If you notice the leaves on your cast iron plant drooping, it's actually completely normal to some degree. It's just one of the quirks of this plant. Some of the leaves droop, others like to stand up straight. But if you notice any excessive drooping, or if the stems are getting really mushy or falling over, you may have root rot or an issue with overwatering. So that's worth keeping in mind. And if you notice those crunchy brown tips on the tip of your cast iron plant, that could be an issue with watering. You may be underwatering it, so make sure you completely soak the root system with every watering. And it could also be because of your tap water, so try to use filtered water if you notice the brown tips forming. So all that being said, I really do think this is an excellent houseplant for anybody to have. It's so incredibly easy to care for, it's tough as nails, and it's really beautiful, and I think it's very underrated. So if you notice one in a nursery, I would pick one up because you don't see them all that often. You can find them online, but I think because they're so slow growing, they're just not as frequently seen in stores. They're typically not all that expensive either, and I think the foliage is just beautiful. especially on this Milky Way cast iron plant. So it might be a plant worth adding to your wish list. I will leave a link in the description below for the complete care guide for this plant if you're interested in reading about it, and also check us out on Instagram at Geeky Greenhouse, where we'll be posting pictures of our houseplants as well as what's going on in our garden. Thanks so much for watching, I'll see you next time.